Welcome back.
Welcome back to episode 41 of the Just Platonic podcast. Thank you for listening. Thanks for hanging out. We're still on our road to 100. I think we're going to be on our road to 100 for like 100 episodes.
Yeah.
A follower every episode. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, and that's okay.
It's
'Cause
growth.
it really is. I'm actually pretty surprised we're at episode 41.
Why?
Hmm.
I said I was surprised about episode 40 last week, and you were like, why?
Oh, really? Well,
That might have been before the pod actually started. But you were like, why? I was like, I don't know. 41 episodes. Like a lot.
it is a lot.
Yeah.
Pretty
We're,
consistent.
yeah. Surprised. I'm surprised. Are you surprised? I'm surprised.
I'm kind of a little bit.
Because, like, if we were this consistent with streaming, could
Oh, man.
have a decent little following going by
I know,
now.
I know. And you know what? Like, I sometimes I feel like I want to get back into streaming. Not gonna lie. And I don't know why the consistency wasn't there, but I think because we can kind of like take our time with this.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like not it's like not
you
in the
dictate the
moment.
pace
Yeah. Yeah.
without having So like I'm horrible at like keeping track of chat, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I only usually have like my cousin in the chat, and I still can't handle that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Julian. You better be watching this. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's just a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Props to like people that do it like hardcore and like they play games and they
Yes.
respond to chat like consistently.
Yeah. And like at a consistent basis. Like
Yeah.
that's yeah, it's pretty impressive for sure.
Yeah.
But
But oh good.
no, go ahead.
I didn't know what I was gonna say.
Okay, for sure.
I was
So
just looking at the
let's
cards.
Oh, I don't have one, so you go.
Okay. I was just looking at the cards because we're trying to keep this under 45 minutes. Would you rather have all your clothes be two sizes too small
Oh God.
or spit up a fur ball like a cat every time you cough?
I'm spitting up a fur ball. There's no way. Do you know how uncomfortable
Two
life would be?
sizes?
So I would go from like I would go to
Oh,
wearing like extra small.
yeah, me too. Go from a medium to an extra small.
Yeah,
That would suck.
it would. And I like my clothes a little bit more loose. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like
I already feel like I can't breathe sometimes.
I yes, even like
This
in the
shirt's like super
studio.
baggy, but like other
Oh my
mediums, the
God.
ones that are like
Yes.
fitted,
Do you feel it in your
I like it.
armpits?
I do. But
I
I
hate it.
like the overall feel of them
Yeah.
because like in my arms, like the sleeves feel good,
Yeah.
but then like I feel like if I'm sitting down, it's restricting me from breathing.
Yes. For
And
me,
I'm
it's
like
like it's so fitted like in the armpits. I don't like that feeling of it like restricting into like my armpits. I think that's why I don't wear a lot of like fitted, like really fitted, like really
fitted.
tight clothing, other than
Yeah.
like leggings, right? But I'm saying like upper, like I just do not vibe with
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm mainly in
That
t-shirts
and
anyway.
like that and like it when they're super fitted, it super accentuates like sweaty pits.
Yeah.
Like if I got armpit sweat like in a shirt like this, I could be like this, air it out.
Okay, so a pet peeve of mine as like the stuff that like I wear or like I could wear is
Hmm.
like if I have like a tight shirt and like when I sit down it like rises up and I'm constantly like having to like pull my shirt
Oh
down.
yeah.
I hate it. I hate
Yeah,
it.
that's when I get like
The crop top.
the Al Bundy muffin top going. I'll just be sitting on the couch with like belly button out.
Seriously. Seriously. Just a crop top moment, just fucking sitting there and like your
Yeah.
belly is just out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like really
Yeah, I think
self-conscious of like my mom pooch, So like
mm,
that's probably another reason why like I like to just wear like t-shirts
yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah. But I
Yeah, I think
definitely
I'd go
don't
furball
like,
too.
oh yeah. I'll just really make sure like my throat is like moisturized where like I won't cough. You won't catch me coughing.
I saw a tweet the other day that said like, "Oh no, my throat's starting to get itchy" or something like that, and like someone's like pretending to be sick at work or something. And it says when your inappropriate coworker says it must be all those kids playing tag in there.
Damn, that is funny as hell.
Oh man.
You
I
okay,
just thought of it because it was the furball thing in the coffee.
you know what I notice about myself is when something's really, really funny, I don't laugh. Like when I find something really funny, I don't laugh. I'm
You're
just
like
stunned in
you're
like
like LOL.
no, like it's more so like I'm so stunned I can't laugh. It's that funny.
No, not me.
Oh yeah, we would.
I get like obnoxious loud laughing when I think something's super funny.
We do have those moments. I know we were
Like
all laughing
having
at
like
something yesterday.
yeah. I got like my normal laugh and then like
No, no, no. I know what it's like a guttural laugh that comes out of you that is like
yeah.
it comes from the belly.
It's like from here.
Yeah.
It's like all the way
Yes.
up. And
Yes.
it's like uh
Yeah.
uh
Yes. It starts from your belly and then
and it
you
sounds like it should be one sound, but it keeps cutting. It's like
exactly. And and then you just laugh so much and then it just
then I
keeps
go
going.
quiet.
Yeah, and then nothing.
And then there's no more sound coming out. But I'm still going,
Straight up.
oh man.
Oh, brother, that was funny. You know
Yeah, that's
what
what I
I was
had
thinking
for finger
about
poison.
the other day was I was so fucking mad. Like this is just random. I was like mad at the fact that we ordered the same thing.
What, a Shake Shack?
No, for breakfast.
Oh, breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like so mad. So for viewers and listeners, we went to breakfast and there was like this it's basically like a breakfast skillet like scramble thing.
Yeah.
And then I ordered banana French toast. And then Enrique ordered banana pancakes with the same scrambled skillet. And I'm
But
like,
wait, there's more.
wait, what part is more?
The being bummed out about the slap shot not being at
Oh,
Shake Shack
yeah.
anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. That's another one. But I was just like I remember driving and I was like, fucking asshole was picked my same fucking meal. I was just mad for no reason.
The best part was when we were ordering and I was like, she's gonna copy me.
Yeah, I should have ordered first. So then I could have made it more weird, like,
It's like, why are you getting the same food as me, you
yeah,
weird
that's
fuck?
fucking weird. But we
Oh
wanted the
man.
sweet and the savory, and then we couldn't pick, so
Yeah.
then you get both.
Yeah.
Tis what
And
tis.
at least we got like our own meals because it could have got super weird if you got like French toast and then I got pancakes and then we split the skillet.
Well, it was just an option that I was giving you.
So you said it and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and go like in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna go with a no on that one.
Well, because like
I just don't want
sometimes
to get stabbed in the face at breakfast.
no, no. It's because like sometimes Lisa and I share meals, or like sometimes like Zyra and I will share meals because like there's something that we want, so then we'll like split
Oh
half
yeah,
of
yeah.
that. Like Lisa and I split half of like a beer when we had our own beers. We just wanted to try the other ones.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, I think more for like women, where if
I
we
think
want,
it's a little bit more tolerable for women to do that. Or not tolerable,
I don't
norm
care. I'll
not
share
normal.
a meal if somebody wants, like a specific meal, and I want the same one, but I want to try it, but I don't want a full meal. I'll always
Oh,
offer.
no, but I wanted the full one.
Oh, I only needed a little bit. So, anyways, we're getting off track
Yeah, we're getting off
with
track. This
breakfast.
episode's gonna
So,
be
about
way
breakfast.
longer now.
Because we're arguing about breakfast. Okay.
So I did poison. What do you got?
Well,
Are you gonna do
okay.
poison?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna tell
Okay.
you a quick article that I've been meaning to tell you. This happened a couple weeks ago, but I keep forgetting to tell you. Then after that, you
Okay.
can go on with whatever you're doing.
Okay.
So, there was an. Did you hear about the 8-year-old girl? And
No.
she stole her parents' car?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So, there was an 8-year-old girl that. Oh, hold on. Let me tell you the whole story. So the parents one morning were like, "Yo, like, where's our daughter?" Right? This is at like 9 o'clock in the morning. The last time they saw her around the house was like at 7 a.m. Okay,
Okay.
so I mean, I get it. Like, if you think they're just like around the house, like
Oh yeah,
like
they
eight
yeah.
years old, like that's
Yeah.
not. Yeah, it's not uncommon. I
Yeah,
feel
that's the
like.
second born's age right now.
Yeah.
These yeah, doing their thing.
Yeah. Seriously. So, all right. Then they report her missing because they can't find her around the house, right? So then they ask like the neighbors for like their ring video to see if like they saw anything. And
Hmm.
one of the neighbors pulled up the video, and it's the 8-year-old girl, and she gets into the parent's car and drives away. So
So they didn't know their car was missing?
I guess not. That's another thing. I was like, how did you not notice that your car's missing? But just
Because like if I'm freaking out that my kid is missing,
yeah. You're looking in the garage. I'm
I'm looking in the
looking,
garage.
yeah.
Or like even if they don't park in the garage, let's say they park on the street, when they're going to their neighbor's house, they're
They
not
should,
just like, hey, my car's gone.
yeah. I don't know. Don't know how, but
Yeah, that's weird.
so they see her driving away. Okay. Then there are other police reports, like people on the road, and
Oh,
they're
okay.
like, there are people on the road and they're like, hey, like there's a person in front of me and they are like swerving like crazy. This woman's like, there's this guy on the road and like they're swerving like crazy, or they're not staying in their lane, right? Another phone call is like, hey, I think there's a kid in a driving a car. So all that is happening, right? She drives 25 minutes away to Target.
Okay.
So when the cops find her, because I guess somebody at the Target noticed, or oh,
Yeah.
oh, I think what happened was from the phone calls they were able to trace what direction she was going, and then they were able to spot the family's vehicle in the parking lot of Target. So then they
Oh,
go
okay.
inside of
Okay.
Target, and then they see the girl. She spent $400, and she was drinking a frappuccino.
What? How is it? What?
Yeah, so a
Hold on.
little.
Hold on.
Just think of our 8-year-olds doing that shit.
Yeah, but like, so she would have had to go through the self checkout
Probably.
and use one of her parents' cards.
Something. I have no
Oh
idea
wait,
how.
$400. It's not necessarily card. Could have been cash, I guess.
Yeah, it could have been it. Yeah.
Was it a cream frappuccino or it was like a coffee frappuccino?
I have no
Because
idea.
Some little kid asked me if I'm working at the Target Starbies, and they're like, "Can I get a frappuccino?" I'm like,
You want the cream
"Where your
one?
where your parents at?"
Yeah, straight up.
I'm like, "I'm gonna give you this, but where are your parents at?"
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it'd be like, hey, like, where's your mommy? Or your, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Or something. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I'm already like that when I see like a random kid just
She
walking
roll,
around.
she rolls up with a cart full full of bagged items from the Target, and she's just like, "Yeah, let me get a venti caramel frappuccino."
Yeah, she was. Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
I asked Trav, I was like, how would you feel if like one of our kids did that? And he was like, first reaction is pissed, second reaction would be highly impressed.
Right. I'd be amazed. I'd be amazed. See, you got to think 25 minutes in Vegas from where I live.
Dude, that's like Henderson.
Yeah.
That's like driving to Henderson, going to that Target.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd be impressed.
Or the one in
Asher
Echo
made it all
Park.
the way over there?
Yeah, I know. Why you skipped the one next to your school? You could have. Why are you in Boca Park?
Right. I'm like, $400? What'd you buy? I'm not even mad
V-Bucks.
anymore. He's like V-Bucks, PS5 controller, some Spider-Man stuff,
Yeah.
a Deadpool costume. And then all of that, I'm just like, you already have a Deadpool costume.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Candy. We're more upset that they bought candy than
Yeah.
fucking taking our car.
Yeah. You're like, what? Why would you buy that, man? It's
Yeah.
not even why would you get on the road and try to crash and kill people?
Yeah.
It's why would you buy that?
Like, we already have this game. Put it back.
Yeah, yeah. V-Bucks. It would be the V-Bucks too.
It would 100% would be V-Bucks. My
I'd
kids
be
would
I'd be like, why
fucking.
do I see $400 in charges and this kid doesn't have anything next to him? I'm like, this motherfucker bought V-Bucks. They're in his pocket.
Yeah. My kids would buy V-Bucks and Robux.
Hmm.
Freaking crackheads for the Robux.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's nuts. Where was
Yeah.
this at? Was this in
Ohio.
Florida? Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, it's always like crazy shit's always happening in Florida.
Well, yeah. They're about to get hit by a huge hurricane.
When was it? When was this?
When was what?
The little girl taking the car.
Oh, a couple weeks ago.
Oh, so it's like recent.
Yeah, I would probably say like a month, less than a month. I just kept forgetting to tell you.
I was thinking it was like I don't know why, but I was thinking it was gonna be like COVID,
Oh,
where like there's not a lot of
no.
people on the road.
Mm-mm. This
She was
is.
just
Mm-hmm. And like 9 a.m.? That's rush hour.
yeah. That's rush hour in a normal city, exactly.
Yeah. So,
That's crazy.
I know.
I'd still like I'm gonna travel on this one. I'd be like super pissed, and then out of nowhere, I'd just be like, you know what? I'm not even mad anymore.
Yeah.
How did you pull this off?
Yeah. Like, obviously thankful for their safety,
Oh
right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
thankful they didn't hurt anybody, but just really impressed.
yeah,
Like, what the
yeah.
fuck? You're going places, kid.
You're going places like prison. Don't do that shit. That's Grand Theft Auto.
So the police department actually had a really like wholesome tweet about it. Um, hold on. Let me find it. Yeah, that's the good part was like the police department was like they had a they had good humor about it. So they tweeted, oh what the hell? Well, I finally found a woman who's in more of a hurry to shop at Target than my wife. More of a hurry by 8 years. That's right, an 8-year-old took mommy's car this morning and drove to Target in Bainbridge to shop. Thankfully, she made it and was immediately located by Bainbridge police. She's now home safe. Not sure what she bought or if she was even able to use her Target app to save 5%. We did let her finish her frappuccino. We're not mean. like
Oh, that's like the suburbs.
like that is awesome for that police department.
Oh,
Potatoes.
that's cool. It's not super crowded by there, so that I mean, it kind of explains it. But
Still. Impressive.
yeah, no, still impressive for sure.
What you got?
All right, so I got two. I got an "Am I the asshole?" and an "Am I overreacting?"
Oh, okay. Oh my god, I was scratching something on my screen. It's a sticker on the wall.
You're like, what is that?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this? Fucking booger or some shit? Just on the screen.
Who sneezed on this shit? So the "Am I the asshole?" one is I put laxatives in the food, or I put laxatives in my food that kept going missing at work. Right?
I'm gonna say not the asshole already, but go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. I'm no, I'm with you on that one. So this male employee started his job, noticed the food was going missing that he was bringing in. Um, well, not full blown missing, but like messed with. Like he'd bring in a bowl of soup. 20% of the soup would be missing, like a good, yeah, like a good
The
fifth quarter
fuck
of the
is
soup.
just
Like,
eating?
let's say it's a bowl, they're just eating like
Oh my god.
they're skimming the top. Or like let's say he brings some Cheetos as a snack, right? 3 bags of little mini Cheetos, one bag will randomly go missing.
Okay.
Um, that's like within the first like month of him working there. He puts a note on his food a couple months later that says, "Please do not take my food."
Right.
It stops getting messed with for a bit, then it starts happening again, like a month later. He sees a TikTok, and I've seen this. I saw the same TikTok. He sees this TikTok about a woman that put laxatives in her food that was in the same situation, working at the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
and she saw one person from her unit keep going to the bathroom the whole night. So she knew it was her, right? Like,
Yeah.
and homegirl was like knocked out on the counter, like sick,
Damn.
shitting her pants sick. So he does this to the food one time. The person that they find out is eating it ends up having an allergic reaction to some of the food in the laxative. So not only does she get super sick, but she also almost dies and has to go to the hospital. All the coworkers go visit her in the hospital. And they're like, "Oh my god, I don't know what happened. What did you eat?" And like,
Oh my god.
"Oh my god." And he was like, "She wasn't ready." So while they're all in the hospital, like, visiting her, he's like, "I'm pretty sure I know what it was. Like, did you take the food that I had put in the fridge? Because I put laxatives in it." And she's like, "That's so fucked up." So he's got 8 coworkers there when he admits it.
Okay.
Like, he admits it in front of everyone, which is
Wild.
mistake number one,
Yeah.
right?
Don't do that. The hell?
8 of his coworkers are there. 6 of them tell him that he's completely in the wrong because he almost killed her. I'm not sure what this has to do with anything, but they're all women. One woman goes, "I don't really fucking care because you're both wrong." And I'm like, cool. I get that. The one other dude that works with him says, like, "I don't see why you're in the wrong. I don't know. I don't see why everyone's attacking you because she shouldn't have been taking your food to begin with." Bingo, right?
Right.
HR and supervisors reach out to him after that whole situation and tell him he needs to apologize to her for putting her in the hospital and he can't come back to work until he does.
I didn't know this
So
broad
he
was.
responds, "Yeah, yeah." So he responds like, "She was taking my food. Like, she doesn't need to apologize for stealing from me this entire time?"
Yeah.
And they said no. So he's pretty sure he's just going to quit. But the male coworker overheard sick girl and the other female coworkers that are all pissed off about it, saying that she intends to press charges. I actually didn't look up like what, because this was all like currently happening as I was reading it. And this was like end of last week. So I don't know where this actually went from there. But do you think he's the asshole for not apologizing? Well, so for one, putting the laxatives in, I don't think he's the asshole.
Okay.
That's spiteful, right? Like someone's messing with your shit. You want to figure some shit out,
Yeah. So
you know?
I don't think, and we're gonna get rid of gender, okay?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think that he's the asshole because I feel like in any scenario, like anybody would have been like, "Who the fuck is taking my
Who's
food?"
taking my food? Yeah,
You would
and that's
have
the thing.
done,
Like
you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like you would
like
have,
the TikTok was a chick that did
yeah,
it. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Like
Yeah,
I'd be like, okay, I understand like the laxative part of it, right? But obviously it seems like already went through like trial phases. Like he was already kind of
yeah,
like measuring where his soup was originally at versus like where it was at when he
yeah,
got to it. And like, I feel like I would have done like little things like that. Like I probably would have like put like tape inside or something, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
like something like that, right?
That's a
And
oh,
like
that's another thing
trials.
too. When the laxatives happened, it still had the note that said,
Eat
don't
my
take my
food.
food." Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like he's not the asshole for that. As far as apologizing, I mean, I feel like I would be like, she doesn't have to apologize for eating my food. Like she's literally stealing.
yeah.
Like how he explained it. And I feel like when you apologize, you're kind of like taking,
You're kind of admitting you were in the wrong, right?
yeah. And I'm
So it's
like,
like,
wait, like why is it all like, and I would also be like, listen, like, did I, ugh, this is where it gets tricky because
did I want her to die?
yeah,
Of course not.
no, I just wanted her to shit her
Did I
pants.
want her to shit in her pants because she kept taking my food? 100% yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah,
So I don't think he's the asshole at all
yeah,
because, like,
no,
you know, how are you supposed to know someone's allergic to laxatives?
correct. And again, I just feel like in any scenario, if somebody was taking your food, somebody would have done the same thing. You would have
Yeah,
done like
yeah,
little trial and error things until you were like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking put laxatives in my shit. You know?
100%.
Because, like, workplace, the workplace environment, like, you get
Yeah,
so
yeah,
caught up in that shit. Like, it's real. Like,
yeah.
it's not the
Oh,
first time. It's not going to be the last time. And I bet
yeah.
somebody listening or watching this is
Is
currently
gonna do
going
yeah,
through
yeah,
it.
exactly.
And it's
Exactly.
so common. And yeah, of course, you're like, and if you were to talk to somebody, if I was like, yo, like, I think someone's stealing my lunch, you can be like, put some fucking laxatives
Yeah.
in that
If
shit.
so if we worked in an office and you were like, yo, someone's stealing my food, I'd be like, let's just put some rotten food in it.
Yeah, so I would put like tons of hot sauce, like tons of it, like not where
I
like
don't
it's
like
red, you know what I mean, but I would like make it so spicy.
so I feel like I would do something like I'd make soup. So like since soup went missing already,
Yeah,
it's crazy to eat someone's soup, first of all, and leave
right.
part of it,
Yeah,
right?
because
Like
soup, like you're also dribbling the soup back into,
right.
yeah, it's just mm-hmm.
He could have been like, what if that broad had herpes and
Right.
fucking gave me herpes from the soup? She doesn't have to say sorry?
Right. I have this fucking bump on my lip.
Yeah. It's like this shit on my lip got some shit on its lip because of her. Like but like since soup was already done, I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna get some like rotten cream, or I'm gonna
Yes.
like let some cream just rot,
Yes.
and then I'm gonna make some soup with it.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna have that soup sit in my car for a day.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And then
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring it in, and then whoever this is gonna be like, this person makes some nasty ass food. Either they get sick,
Yeah.
which I'd be fucking over zealously happy about. I'd be over the fucking moon if they got sick. Or they go, I'm never eating that person's food again
Right.
because it was fucking disgusting.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not the asshole.
So yeah, not the asshole, not the asshole. The only iffy part was like the whole going to the hospital thing. But I think what pushed it over the edge for me that he's not the asshole is HR said that she didn't have to apologize.
Yeah, that's a little wild.
It's fucked up, right?
Yeah.
And then she's trying to press charges.
Yeah. That's kind of,
I'm like, yeah, go ahead.
That's
Go
wild.
ahead. Go ahead.
The fuck?
I don't give a fuck. Go ahead.
Listen, you're not the one that's about to get fucking sued. But definitely let us know in the comments. Asshole or
Yeah,
not an
yeah,
asshole.
yeah. I don't think he's the asshole.
I think we can all agree.
Um, so I had a second part to that. That was just like, were you ever in a weird petty workplace situation where you had to end up doing something similar? Not similar,
Mm,
but something as an act of revenge in the workplace.
mm,
So remember how we were talking about catfishing last week?
yeah.
That was my revenge. Colin, that brought out. So like this person would, when your host services, right?
Yeah.
You do the emails as they come in,
Yeah.
right? And especially at a big property, like
Yeah.
it's not like a small property where you can do 10 emails a day and that's it.
Right.
It's
They.
just it's constant,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yes.
So this shitbag would fucking take like 30 emails at the beginning of their shift, sit on them all day,
Mm.
and then throw them back at the end of their shift.
Oh, what an ass.
Yeah, and you know you see the timestamps, you know what's
Yes.
fucking happening.
Yes.
Um so like everybody's like, "Oh, you know she cooks." I'm like, "No the fuck she doesn't." They're like, "Oh, she lives what's those like fancy townhouse apartment things that's next to
Oh,
Suncoast?"
condos?
Yeah. The something place. Like it's some fancy. It's not super fancy, but it's like kind of luxury.
Okay.
They're like, "Oh, look, she lives there. She posted a picture by her hanging out by the pool." And it's like nice feet by the pool. And this person was like an ogre.
Oh, gosh.
And I'm like, you're trying to tell me this is her feet. And people are like, you know, those might not be her feet. I'm like, these 100% ain't her feet. I'm like, you know that bitch got a club foot. What the? Oh man,
I don't think I've like had anything like that.
that's good. That means you're mature,
Well,
or you've been in not super toxic work environments.
no, like I've been bullied. But like I just can't think at the top of my head if like what that revenge is. Like someone like
But
taking
you
my
did
lunch
do
or
something.
I'm pretty sure like all this
Oh,
time
okay.
I've been working, yeah, I'm pretty sure I have. I
Yeah,
just can't like think of one thing.
yeah. So my like one of my first jobs, so when I worked at Michael's with Lisa,
Yeah.
there was this guy that would like he talked shit and I just like let it go because like I'm like not trying to start shit with someone at work.
Yeah.
And I forgot why I didn't like him other than that, but I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? This motherfucker's gonna have four flat tires when he comes in. So I don't like I don't like stab tires or anything. I take the valve stem cores out of the
uh
where you fill in the air.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let it
And it's
work
just
over
super
time.
effective. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
super effective. But four flat tires, and then he replaced his tires, thinking that his tires were flat. And the
Yeah.
people at Discount Tire didn't tell him that it was just valve stem cores missing. But when you're only making like $5.25 an hour,
You don't give a fuck.
four tires is expensive,
Yeah.
bro. So got a little bit of revenge there. And then he found out it was me. He's like, "That's fucked up, man." And I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
It's the Gemini in you that comes
It
out.
really is. It really is. It's like, do I be mature or do I just go for broke and fuck everything up right now?
God damn.
Oh
I
man.
cannot, yeah, I cannot think of one.
That's no, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That means you're mature. One of us has to be mature here.
Somebody does. That's sometimes. It's a good balance.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. So the am I overreacting?
Okay.
is my neighbor is a registered sex offender, right? It says my family and I have lived in this house for 3+ decades. The neighbor that just moved in last year is a registered sex offender. His crimes aren't light. His crimes aren't light. He peed behind the school building, or he peed behind the building at a school event type things. They're like
Okay.
several cases where he was found guilty of luring minors and having inappropriate relationships for months on end, like sexual relationships with minors.
Okay.
He has 4 kids. Like, and I don't, there's something iffy about that too. Like, do you get to have your kids after you go to prison for that? I don't think you're allowed to,
I
right?
think so.
But
I think if they're supposed to be like supervised or some shit.
right, right.
Yeah.
But there's been a few times where like the kids are all playing, like his kids are playing in the front yard. OP's kids are playing in their front yard, and
Okay.
he's asked if all the kids can play together.
Nope.
And yeah, exactly. Mom's like, no.
Mm-mm.
She's like, no, thank you.
Nope.
Politely declines, right?
She's
He
polite.
asks a few times. Yeah, yeah, she's polite, which is
If
surprising
he would
because
have,
I'd have been like, if our neighbor was
yeah,
like, yo, can my kids play with that man Asher? I'm like, no,
yeah,
you sick fuck. Go
yeah,
back to your house, bro. Why are you talking to me?
yeah.
I know what you did, motherfucker.
I feel like if the guy was like, "Hey, is it okay?" I'm like, "Nope,
No.
no, I'm not even
Mm-mm.
letting you finish your fucking sentence.
Yeah. I
No,
don't even.
nope.
Why are you talking to me right
Yeah,
now? Go
why?
back to your
Yeah,
house.
what the fuck? No. The answer is no. I'm treating you like my kids. You come up? Nope.
So it says the last time he asked, he seemed annoyed that I keep keeping our distance.
No shit,
So
Sherlock.
so I let it be known that I researched him, read all his paperwork, know about his cases, and I
Yeah,
want no contact with him and especially don't want him to interact with my children.
correct.
100%.
Correct.
Right?
Not overreacting.
Um
She put laxatives in
for
his
some
food and
reason,
he's trying to sue her.
for some reason, and I think this is why they asked, like, if they're overreacting. She says, half of
Okay.
me feels bad for the
Nope.
kids, as ultimately they're the ones
Nope.
being punished.
Nope.
But the other half, exactly, the other
Sorry.
half of me feels like I'm doing the right thing and protecting my kids from being exposed to adults
Correct.
slash children that may not have their best interests in mind.
Correct.
1,000,000%.
Correct. I'm
Because this is
sorry.
the thing. This is the thing too.
Mm-mm. We ain't
It,
taking chances on our
if he
kids.
diddles his kids,
Mm-hmm.
those kids
Are
are
gonna diddle my
potentially going to
kids.
diddle kids,
Right.
right?
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-mm.
100%.
Mm-mm.
Like it was like a resounding, like no one's like you're not overreacting.
Yeah.
Everyone's like you're fine.
Yeah.
People started even actually bringing up the like, why does he have his kids?
Right.
Um, and people were like, you should call the police, tell them like he's a registered sex offender and he's trying to use his kids to
Mm-hmm.
lure your kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, fuck yeah, that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah. No,
Right?
no. Mm-mm. Sorry. Kept
Um,
cutting you off on that one. Nope.
no, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Hard
yeah,
no. Nope.
yeah.
Mm-mm. She's way nice. I would have been more fucking
Yeah,
pissed
she's
about it.
way nice. I wouldn't even be on the internet going, am I
No,
overreacting?
fuck
I'd be on
no.
the internet like, do you believe this sick fuck?
Yeah, I'm on the phone with all of y'all, be like, get the fuck out of here with this dude right now.
I'm on Reddit. I'm on Reddit just on like Vegas local subreddits like, yo, this sick motherfucker is trying
Yeah,
to talk to my kids.
yeah,
This motherfucker
exactly.
right here.
Exactly. I'm on the phone with you, like, you are not gonna fucking believe this shit.
And then I'm like, hold on. I'm gonna pretend like my internet died so I can go over there and see what this sick fuck looks like.
Exactly. The fuck out of here, no. Yeah, and you know what's sad? And I'm gonna say this is that, I know she's coming from, like, good intentions of, like, feeling like, am I overreacting?
Yeah.
Because I feel like at the end of it, sometimes I feel like sometimes on, like, a female side, it's like even though we know what the right thing is, we end up kind of like still doubting how the other person feels. Like she still feels bad. Like she
Yeah,
feels
no.
bad about
She
it.
shouldn't feel bad though.
I know. Nope. Don't fucking take chances on that shit with your kid.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. That's why I brought up the thing earlier when I was like, yeah, we're just going the
Yeah.
the offenders registry.
Yes. Yeah. You gotta
But
know.
now, if
Yeah.
it's Halloween, I kind of want to see if non-compliant dude is over there
Oh
trying to
my
hand out candy
god.
to
You know
kids.
what? You and I should start an investigation and fucking like mark down the addresses and we'll go trick or treating with the kids and we'll like scope out the house and be like,
Because they like technically they're not
candy.
supposed to, right?
I don't know. I don't know
I
the trick or
mean,
treating laws for pedos. I don't fucking know.
so they could probably like give out candy, but you know how like some people make like haunted houses in their
Yeah.
garage and stuff
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
That's probably a huge no-no.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No. We're marking these addresses. We're looking this year and we're going to be like, we're gonna give the kids a separate bag. We're
Interesting.
gonna be like, here, go get the candy for using this
Yeah.
bag, and then
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
they
yeah.
give them, getting tossed.
Roofling.
Oh, I'm not even gonna get into that, but yeah,
But yeah, no, it's but like those were easy ones. Like for some reason, it's always like super easy. Like no
yeah.
one there's people always ask these things, and I'm like, you
Yeah,
know,
why
you're
are they
not an
asking?
asshole.
Yeah,
You know, you're not overreacting.
yeah. And PSA to any parents that are listening, you definitely should at least quarterly look at any like predators in your
Hmm.
neighborhood because then you can just see their faces and just be aware when you go to the park, when you drop them off at school, when you're in the neighborhood, or anybody trying to befriend you. Because
Yeah.
we always gotta be on the lookout for our kids.
Or the guy that's checking his mail 17 times a day. Like,
Right.
why are you just walking around the neighborhood, bro? Just wait for the mailman to come. Fucking weirdo. Like, I'm trying not to judge when I see random people outside the house, but I'm like, what are you doing outside my house?
Man. I got crackheads. Like, but the crackheads are like nice. So I think that's why like I feel good. Like they're always out there. Like they're like our little like security dogs outside. And you know what's crazy is I feel so okay, so Travis is always like tripping that someone's gonna steal our packages because of where our house is, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And which I get.
Placements like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
placements like ideal for
Yeah.
porch pirates. Yeah.
Yeah. And so but we've had things out there and not just like tiny boxes. Like we've had like big boxes out there like for a couple of hours and no one's taking our shit. And so, I mean,
It's good.
thank God, right? Thank goodness, like everyone's like pretty honest. But there was this one time,
Now that you said it, some shit's gonna go missing, but
I know, but it is what it is. Um, there was this one time I was waiting for a package, right? And I didn't see it, and so the crackheads were outside. And so I was like, "Hey, I'm like, did you see someone like take my package? Because it says like it was supposed to be like dropped off." And they were all like, no. They're like, no, we didn't see nobody's package or whatever, right? So I get, you know how like sometimes you get the alert that it was like delivered before it was like delivered?
actually delivered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that kind of like happened. So I mean, I was like, okay. Oh, and then one of the crackheads one time, I was looking for my package, and so I was outside looking around like the front, and then I'm like, well, fuck, I can't find it. And then maybe like 30 minutes later, like one of the crackheads like knocks on my door, which I was, kind of
Yeah.
hesitant already. But
You're like, why is this crackhead on my
yeah,
door?
no, but he had my package. And it was like, like the Amazon, like the light bubbler mailer.
Hmm. Hmm.
He said because the it was windy that day. And so
Oh, flu.
yes, it flew across the street. And the guy was like, I saw this like on the sidewalk over there. And I'm like, oh shit, thank you. So the crackheads are pretty nice.
That's a
My
good thing, though.
my parents say like my dad's like, I feel comfort when they're out there because I know that like someone's like watching the neighborhood kind of thing. You know what I mean? So we don't have crime watch, we have crackhead watch here.
Damn, that's crazy.
I mean, they're nice to us, right? I think because
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
we talk to them,
yeah.
like I have them like do crackhead work around the house, outside the house, so it's like,
I have them do crackhead work. They're gonna see this and they're gonna be like, I'm not doing shit for her anymore. Calls me a crackhead.
I don't know how you gonna get your money then.
But yeah, yeah. I mean, that's cool. You have
Yeah.
good neighbors.
Yeah, thankfully, right?
We had drug neighbors at our old neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean, I had the drug dealer across the street, but now
Yeah,
the
they
drug
were across the
dealer
street from us.
is gone, but the crackheads are still there.
They're like, how else are we gonna get these drugs? Where are we gonna get this
It's
crack from?
it's fine. They're nice. They're pretty nice.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, it's all that really matters. As long as people are cool. You know what I mean?
I think because we just talk to them normal,
Yeah.
you know?
Instead of being like,
Yeah,
look at this crackhead.
yeah.
What is this crackhead doing crossing this street?
No, so sometimes it's like, what the fuck you doing over there?
He's
Yeah.
like, crack?
Yeah, okay, for sure, dude. Well, just watch my house. I'm going to Vons. I'll be right back.
Yeah, yeah. Oh shit.
Okay, so
Yeah.
real quick, uh, mine is like a little. It's more like legal stuff, right? So you heard about the woman that died at a restaurant on at Disney Springs, right?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Yeah.
so all right, viewers and
The
listeners,
allergies chick.
yes, if you are not
Yeah.
familiar with this story, it was in 2023. Basically, there was a woman or husband and wife. They eat at a restaurant at Disney Springs, which is not owned by Disney. And she died at the restaurant because of a severe allergic reaction. And they told the restaurant staff about her allergy. Obviously, they didn't take the right precautions and she died, right? So then the guy or the husband tries to sue Disney, but then finds out you cannot sue Disney because of the terms and conditions that he agreed to from Disney Plus. And you also agree to the terms and conditions when you buy park tickets. FYI. Okay?
So if you've ever been to a Disney park, you can't sue Disney?
Pretty much. And the Disney Plus terms and agreement that he agreed to was 4 years ago. So they were still trying that shit. And when I say they can't sue, it means that they can't sue in like a civil law. It has to go to arbitration.
Mm.
So for all this legal term that I had to look up, arbitration is basically like a neutral third party. It mainly protects the company
Yeah. Yeah.
and
It's usually how it is.
yes. And that neutral third party will make the decision, and it's usually used for an alternative to litigation because it's faster, less expensive, and easier than a regular trial. And also, if you do sue them and it goes to arbitration and you do win, you get a way less amount than if it were to go to like civil court. Um, and then the biggest difference also with like an arbitration versus like going to court is obviously going to court involves a judge and a jury. So, all that aside, right? In 2022, oh yeah, I started like diving into this. I mean, I knew about this, but I was really like thinking, how many more companies have we like agreed to their terms and conditions and
No
we
one reads the terms and
can't,
conditions.
nobody does. So that's why a lot of like what I was reading, a lot of like lawyers are asked like fighting the fact of like we're just agreeing to stuff, right? We're not gonna read the terms and conditions. It's gonna take fucking forever, and on top
Yeah.
of that, a normal person doesn't know all this legal talk, right?
There was someone that got like a ton of money because they actually read the terms and conditions of something. Like it was in the terms and conditions that if they finish it and reach out to them, they would pay the.
Wow, that is fucking wild.
I
I'll
gotta
start
look it
reading
up.
the terms and conditions.
But no, go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
all right, in 2022, so a couple was inside or were taking an Uber, okay? And the driver of the Uber um runs a red light and they get T-boned. So luckily nobody died, but they had like pretty major injuries, right?
Hmm.
So then the couple tries to sue Uber because of the driver, right?
Hmm.
And again, they couldn't sue Uber because they agreed to the terms and conditions for Uber Eats. Yeah. So I know that it seems like it's like a legal binding contract, right, between consumer and like the company. But there
Hmm.
are some lawyers that are finding out like not like loopholes, but just different ways of like you can't just do this shit, right? I think it depends really on like the kind of case that it is. That's
Hmm.
how like they're kind of fighting it because there was this one lawyer I was like reading, he was saying that um if like you shop at a store and you're a member of their loyalty program, you're agreeing to arbitration. If you're on the street and you're hit by an Uber, even though you're not in it, but you're an existing Uber customer, is that the extent of their reach is that they want to have the agreement because you know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like, so where does it end? Right? Like,
Yeah.
where, so I think that's why they're like saying, like, this is getting like a little too much. And I think that's what like they're fighting against.
It's been too much.
Um,
It's been too much since they had to put "this coffee is hot" labels on coffee.
yeah. So I think I think it really just depends on like the actual like what has happened, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and then there's another one. It was for a wrongful death lawsuit. It was brought against Airbnb. Um, and it's
What did
based
they? What was the terms and conditions that they agreed to there?
so it's the terms and conditions that you can't sue them. It goes to
That's
our
in the thing for Airbnbs.
yeah, that it's the arbitration clause that is inside the terms and conditions for Airbnb. Basically, like a guy died, and he wasn't even like the party host of that rental. He was just like, he was walking to that house party or whatever with his friend, and then something happened, and like he got shot and killed. And then because of like the party host was renting the Airbnb where the shooting occurred, the dad of the one that died tried to like sue. I don't know how.
See, that's
Again,
like that's excessive too. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, I get that your kid died and
yeah,
you're pissed off about it, but like,
yeah,
what does Airbnb have to do with your kid being at a party?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that one we'd have to read more into.
yeah. And
And
that's the
then
thing that fucks it up for everyone is there's some jackass like that. Like, you know what I
that
mean?
is yeah, but Airbnb said that they because of the one that was killed and then like the two other people involved had Airbnb accounts of the time of the shooting led to the arbitration clause for the terms and condition. Yeah. So I think if I remember reading this one correctly, I think this one actually went to civil law. I'm not 100%, so don't quote me on that. But
Mhm.
basically, it was against Walmart. So Walmart tried to use the arbitration clause. So basically, in the article, it says a black family sued Walmart after
Mhm.
one of its employees falsely and without evidence accused the family of shoplifting, creating an embarrassing scene in front of the family's neighbors and classmates. But because months prior, one of the members of the family signed a contract containing an arbitration clause in order to drive for Walmart's grocery delivery service, they tried to use the arbitration clause for that, saying like you can't sue them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But a federal judge ruled that civil rights lawsuit could not move forward in her court and most go to arbitration instead. Yeah. So, terms and conditions are legally binding contracts, right? It like I said, it's basically an agreement between the customer and the company. And just a little FYI, if you're looking at your terms and conditions for something, that most of them go to arbitration. there was a website that I found during all of this. It's funny because you know, like on Reddit, there's like TLDR, like too long didn't read.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is called TOSDR, terms of service didn't read. And you type in like a company, and then it tells you like the red flags or like green flags of this company based on like their terms and conditions.
Oh, nice.
So, like for example, Facebook, right? The red flags on Facebook is that deleted content is not really deleted. This service can view your browser history. The service can read your private messages. Your identity is used in ads that are shown to other users. And Facebook stores your data whether you have an account or not. So then I typed in Walmart because I wanted to see Walmart because of like this stuff.
Yeah.
So Walmart is this service tracks you on other websites, and the service collects information about your health and your health insurance, and this service shares your personal data with third parties that are not essential to its operation.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, but you start to like really look at there's very few that have green flags. Um, but a lot of them, it says that this service tracks you on other websites. There's a bunch of those. And the number one thing that I noticed that were red flags for a lot of the companies is that you waive your moral rights.
What?
Yes. Which is in the terms and conditions, it says you hereby waive the benefit of any provision of law known as moral rights or any similar law in any country of the world. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And that's with Blizzard. You waive your moral rights with Blizzard.
Blizzard?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
So you waive your moral rights with Reddit.
Oh that. Yeah.
You waive your moral rights with Discord and PayPal. Um, Spotify and CNN. Yeah, there's all these terms and conditions that you can find here that pretty interesting.
You waive your moral rights.
Yeah, and also with Disney. The Walt Disney Company. And then a lot of the websites and like, you know, other things, uh, they can all like read your private messages, you know, so
Yeah.
basically nothing's private kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I already knew that.
Yeah. Um, and then when you put in Amazon, right, of course it says like the third party cookies for advertising. Um, the service tracks you on other websites, which is makes sense. And this service forces users into binding arbitration in the case of disputes. And terms may be changed anytime at their, meaning the company's discretion, so Amazon's
Yeah.
discretion, without notice to the user. So
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me either.
just be aware. Another
So on
PSA.
a positive note though, that it was a lady that won $10,000 from reading the terms and conditions for software that she was installing.
Damn. Imagine. That's fucking wild. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start reading it.
You never know. So like the one that I was reading that like it stuck out because it said like get paid to read or something like that. In the actual terms and conditions, there was a big bold section that said paid to read and then it goes into regular font.
Hmm. Wow.
Which got to start reading the terms and conditions as shit.
Yeah, but basically anything. I feel like we have subscriptions to like so many things, right?
Mhm.
So it's just kind of like no matter what happens, looks like you're going to arbitration.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So like uh the whole fiasco of slipping and falling and pretending that your neck hurts and,
Yeah.
yeah, that's done and over with if you're like a loyalty member with them.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks.
Yeah, they'll find a loophole. But that's all I got. Anything else
It's
on
a
your
good
end?
one. No, no, nope. Nothing else on my end. Went over the 45 minutes.
It's all good. But thanks for hanging out, everyone. We totally appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.
See ya.